can go both days and it would work because they would forget you. It's awesome. Guys, we have the game reloaded. We're getting ready. Let's do it right now. Revival versus JonSnow. And in the top left-hand corner, the guy looking to go to BlizzCon. He needs it right now. He needs to win this series if he wants his shot there. It is Evil Genius's Revival. And his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner, he knows much, but some would say he knows nothing. And it is JonSnow.
Well, he knows that he's 9-pulling this game.
Yeah, he is.
We'll have to see what Revival is going to pull out.
Coming in here
15 hatches, it'll be tough for him.
Some cheeky play. 9 pulls really good. We've seen this a lot in the Korean scene. We saw this a lot with Byul, this little cheeky guy. Now we see this here with JonSnow. JonSnow, he knows a lot. Is it too common to go 15 hatch on this map? I know I see it a lot of times, but I always say you guys need to be punished because 15 hatch I think is awful on this map. 15 pull all the way.
I like 15 hatch.
Really?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Well, I mean, I think you can hold any build with a 15 hatch. So we'll have to see.
When you say hold any build, you mean stay alive against any build?
Yes. And still have a chance. So be behind if you go 15 hatch against a 9 pull. If it's like a 10 pull baneling, you should survive and win if you're going 15 hatch.
So 9 pull you should win or lose?
9 pull
you should hold or not?
You should hold, but you're behind.
Okay.
Any of the other builds, I think you should hold and win with 15 hatch.
How about an 8 pull?
I mean, you should hold and be behind.
I'm just being that guy. Guys,
yeah.
6 pull I think loses outright.
Yeah, 6 pull should just lose. But that's why no one 6 pull is really in ZVZ. 6 pull, you can do it on some maps, like Derelict Watcher, because you can sneak the lings around and dodge the Overlord scouting path. And then you can sometimes make a 6 pull work.
That'd be a sick play.
But not on Boshir, I don't think.
Well, Revival sees this incoming Zergling swarm. What will he do? That's the question. Not getting any gases, though.
Should cancel this hatchery, I believe.
Well, we'll find out. Hatchery about to finish here. Look at this. The follow-up is going to be gas. So this is something what we saw Byul do against J-Doll in WCS Season 3 final. Same exact build. Zergling pressure into banelings. Slow banelings. And there's the cancel. You're absolutely right, Ghost User.
Yep. So I now like Revival's position because he's restarting. I don't know why he's doing that.
Wow,
okay.
that's bold.
It is a bold move. If he can defend and hold it, then I guess it's good. But I mean, it's just going to get canceled again, I think.
I think so too. And there it is. Drone gets killed as well. Zerglings are out on the map.
Still not as big of a deal as you might think to have to cancel that hatchery. There's not really any way that he can keep that alive. And I mean, Revival, although he just needs to get more lings to be able to take his expansion again. Then I think he'll be in decent shape economically. So he is going to re-expand now. And I mean, the biggest problem is he didn't take his gas. And I think that's what you really want to do when you're playing against the kind of play that JonSnow did. When you go up against a 9 or 10 pool with hatch first, you need to take your gas once you identify that. Because otherwise, I mean, it's kind of be difficult to defend these timing attacks with the link speed that JonSnow's going to be pulling out.
Oh, I'm worried right now, but right now, I think Revival, is it hard for him to actually realize what's going on, like, against something like this?
I don't think it's too hard, because he scouted the timing of the expansion from JonSnow, which should kind of clue him into that JonSnow got gas before he expanded. So he should be expecting some kind of pressure with either Lings or Ling Baneling.
Well, there's Ling Baneling on the way.
He hasn't made any Spine Crawlers yet, though. He is making a 3rd queen. That's what he needs. Probably even a 4th queen after that. And I'd just like to see a Spine or 2, because I think he should have identified that there's going to be a timing attack incoming.
There the Zerglings are. They see everything that's going on. Metabolic Boost is just about to finish. Man, Revival has a lot of position to defend against right now. Spinecrawler will go down, but units are already being made and sprinting all the way over there. What can he possibly do? Well, he does have 2 queens on the ramp, a single queen on the low ground. Still a very, very tall task to take out all of these units.
He needs to somehow buy time for these Spine Crawlers to finish. If all the spines finish, then he can hold the natural. But I think he's in a lot of trouble because on this map, even if somehow these 2 spines finish, he can just break the ramp and go into the main. because the ramp is kind of far away from the natural.
Oh, well, JonSnow, he's engaging against this. I don't think that's the best decision. And Spine Crawlers are finished now. Wow, did Revival really defend this?
Yeah,
I mean,
it wasn't a full commitment from JonSnow, but still, I think JonSnow just engaged too early.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too. The Revival, let's look, income tab 28 to 27, so it's pretty even, but, I mean, just having those extra Spine Crawlers, having the extra Queens, that's what he really takes away with against the Zergling count, which, don't get me wrong, that's important to have, but, I mean, this is a lot of stability that the Spine Crawlers and the Queens represent right now. And I think Revival's in a great position. 35 drones at 32. And JonSnow always has to be worried about some sort of eventual attack. He has Zerglings out on the map, but it's not that many. 10 to 5. I mean, that's only a 5 Zergling
I don't know.
lead.
I still like JonSnow's position, just because his lair is slightly faster, and he also has that link speed. It looks like JonSnow is going to be going into Mutalisk based on what I see. And Revival, I mean, he's not going into Mutalisk. So it's going to be hard for him to secure a third base against the fast Mutalisk of JonSnow.
Yeah. We'll find out. Zerglings are going to be putting a little bit of pressure on right now. Lair just about to finish now for JonSnow, as you said. Has that little bit of a head start, but Roach Warren being thrown down. I love the Roach Warren. I think it's a much more intelligent decision for this position. Just because, like, he kind of knows he has a better economy, right?
Yeah, and I think, though, it's just going to be so tough for Revival to take his third base. Because, I mean, he hasn't started it yet. And if there's Mutalisk out before he can get that third base and have Spores to defend it, it's going to be incredibly difficult for him to hold. And, I mean, with the Mutalisk play, JonSnow should be able to secure his third base before Revival. And then he can just go into that Roach play afterwards and be in a better economic position. So I think I like JonSnow's position a lot better than the Revival's here.
We'll find out. I mean, this is the common thing of Spire against ground, right? And we see this time and time again where Mutalisks do end up a lot of the times taking that advantage. Unless the Roaches can do just game-ending damage before the Mutas pop out, we haven't really seen ground army work.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't seen...
The problem is once the Mutas are out, then you kind of need either Infestors or Hydralisk before you can do anything. You give up complete map control. You have no idea what he's doing. You don't know if he's going for only Mass Roaches and he's going to go for a timing, or if he's teching for Infestors and Hydras of his own. So it's just so hard. You have to play completely in the dark, and you just need so much expensive tech units to deal with the Mutalisk as well.
We'll see. Even with the Spore change, I mean, it just doesn't represent enough. Now, oh, taking out the third base. He might even be able to take out these Queens. No, I don't think so. Just mass transfuse.
But this is still worth it because he's wasting a lot of the transfusions.
Yeah.
So now when the Mutalisk come in, the
right.
Queens are going to be so much more vulnerable.
That's right. And the Mutas are on the way over. 9 Mutas out right now. 10 Mutas out right now. And they are gunning over to that third base. If JonSnow can get the constant deny.
He needs to go back and defend these Roaches, though.
Yeah, okay.
But, oh, the Lynx might be able to do it on their own.
Well...
Oh, now the Mutas are going.
Kills the first Queen. But the Roaches aren't sprinting to action. They need to do something right now.
They need to go.
Yeah, they need to take advantage of the fact that these Mutas are severely out of position. The third base is being saturated right now, but still, what are you doing, Revival? You're not going anywhere with these Roaches. It's like you forgot about them completely.
I think he must have.
He must have, because the Roaches on the right-hand side are sprinting over, motioning that they want to do something.
This is about a minute later than this should have gone. And now I don't know if they'll be able to get this third base. If they'd gone initially, then the Mutas would have had to came back to defend the third. But now I think he can probably...
It might be enough.
Well, I don't know. Maybe?
Okay, Roaches going into the main base now. This is going to complicate things. There are 2 banelings here. That's not going to do that much. But if Roaches for JonSnow now are being created still, this is a lot. And he doesn't have a lot of static defense. JonSnow needed to block the entrance of his main base, or his natural base, and just accrue that Muta count. And look at that, Burrow is activated as well, so Revival just has so much more sturdiness. He's evacuating the main base, or forcing the evacuation. Third base goes down. Revival somehow is doing this. Roaches against Mutas, it's not something common that you see. 11 Mutas out in the field, it's not that many. And Revival is able to outplay JonSnow very, very nicely over here.
Yeah, JonSnow just needed to continue boating Mutas and Lings enough so he could defend his main, his natural, and his third base. And if he does that and cancels that third, then he's in an incredibly good position. He doesn't even need to cancel the third. He just needs to defend his main, his natural, and his third without taking damage.
Here's where things get a little bit dicey. Right? We have 16 roaches and 11 mutas out in the field for JonSnow. But for Revival, he only has roaches and queens out.
Yeah,
even with all the economic damage that's been done, I mean, it's still 49 to 43. It's only a 6 drone difference. The third base is now being saturated. It's not like he's had extremely great economy.
But the mineral line's exposed. I think these mutas can go in and snipe some of the drones.
I think so too. 3 shots mutas. It's absurd. Spore Crawler is just so effective against these mutas. And it looks like he will sort to stabilize. But JonSnow coming in from the right-hand side. Spore Crawler is there to defend a little bit better. Roaches are trying to get a good surround, but will it be enough? JonSnow is rallying in with more additional units, even killing some creep tubers, pushing on forward with the Spine Crawler and the Spore Crawler overhead. Spore Crawler will get taken out, empowering those mutas over top. Streaming in more roaches. Revival, will he be able to get it done? Will he have the material to defend against this upcoming attack? It's hard to say, but JonSnow has kind of broken through a little bit here. And the muta count is dwindled enough to the point where it's not really doing that much damage overhead. So I feel like JonSnow is still in an okay position. Revival's in an okay position. I think Revival will start to stabilize. Let's check the production tab. 2-2 on the way. That +2 carapace is going to be so important for Revival.
JonSnow just kind of chose the incorrect angle to engage against Revival. If he had engaged at the third base, he could have targeted down that outlying spore with 1 shot from the roaches, and then kept all of his 10 to 12 to 14 mutalisks alive, and shooting the roaches for the entire fight. But because he engaged with the natural, he couldn't take down that spore, and he lost a lot of mutalisks while fighting there.
Very, very unfortunate so far for JonSnow. I thought he was in a very, very good position to win the game outright right there.
He was. It was just kind of, he got a little bit overeager with the attack, and he lost a lot of mutas to the spores as well.
I'm sure he got just a little bit nervous at that point. It's like, oh, I'm about to crush Revival. Feels good. And of course, it surprises him. It's a bit overconfident, but this 2-2, I mean, this changes the landscape of the game. Mutas, I mean, mutas are going to be pretty much useless now. Because the roaches will just regenerate too fast, and they're negating too much armor, or too much damage.
And Revival actually has a lot of gas now for a player with only 4 gas in ZVZ. So he'll be able to make a lot of Hydralisks without taking any more extractors. And I think then he can just go for a big Hydra Roach timing. Maybe once he maxes. I think it's usually the best time to attack.
Well, he's going for muscular augments right now. So it does look like he's going for that aggressive notion. I mean, normally when you get muscular augments, it's only to attack. Otherwise, if you're just defending, get the groove spines because you need that increased range. Roach is going to trade out right now. JonSnow will be able to fend this off. Much better concave, but over here at the third base, that's where the real damage is going to be done. Killing a lot of drones, and he's going to basically wipe the third base from any economy. I don't know if the trade is completely worth it so far. Let's see, 22 drones have been killed. Income tab showing 56 to 44. Units lost tab showing a little bit more loss for Revival than his opponent.
Revival did get some good information in this fight. He saw the third base had pretty much no workers on it, and he also knows there's no infestors or hydras out for JonSnow right now.
Yeah.
So in this situation, all he has to do is max on Roach Hydra, and then he can be confident going for a timing.
Yeah.
That, I mean, JonSnow won't have that good of an army that he can face him with.
Exactly, because he knows he's going to approach that maxed army faster. It's 100% going to happen. Because you have no drones at the third base, I will get to 200 faster.
He's going to have a better 200 army.
Yeah.
He already has a lot of hydras in the field with 4 more in production, and even though JonSnow is making infestors, the hydraless tech is better than the infestor tech until you have a lot of energy on these infestors. And I mean, 6 infestors with 6 fungals, it looks okay until you use those 6 fungals, and there's still 20 hydralisks alive.
Yeah.
And you don't have any more fungals left.
I mean, I think what he needs to have happen is maybe Revival splits up, and then he gets one side fungled, and the other one gets eliminated, but Revival's not even doing that. He's going in as one punch.
Oh my god.
Is it going to be enough? Great fungals, though, and there's not a lot of roaches in the front. The Hydra's going to be taken out. Great engagement from JonSnow. And just like that, the fungal growths do work out pretty nicely, but it can't keep drilling into the same location. Remember, there's an upgrade advantage again, fungal growth on the Hydras. Roaches are not in front, and there's not enough roaches to just like that. That's how you do it, but
Yeah.
Big misstep for Revival
Revival
there.
needed to send in his Overseers, and then he could have seen the Infestors and realized that he can't engage at this angle.
Or at least just have the Roaches in front. You need those Roaches tanking. You can't have your Hydras taking a lot of damage. They have a lot less hit points, and on top of that, they're a lot more of your damage.
Yeah, Revival did have a better army, and he could have fought. I think if he went around to the third base, broke down the destructible rocks, and attacked from there, you have a much wider angle to attack from, and it makes the Fungals a lot worse. But he went up this such a thin choke, and that's where the Infestors actually excel. Even so, though, I still favor Revival's position quite a bit over JonSnow right now. Upgrades, he has 2-2, JonSnow only has 2-1, and these Infestors still aren't going to be that useful because they don't have that much energy. It'll still be 1 Fungal per Infestor in the next engagement.
Yes, but what scares me is the fact that he's starting to accrue that Infestor count. You can see 6 out in the field right now. He's getting another 2 in production. So if he gets like that huge, gigantic count, it could be a little bit scary. It still requires Revival to be a lot more passive than he is being right now. 175 supply to 150. Armor tab, let's take a look. 118 to 94.
I think Revival can go for a push now, though.
Yes,
he knows about the Infestors, so I think he's going to choose his engagement a lot better than that previous fight.
I think so, and that's why he's splitting up. But still, even splitting up, it's a little bit risky. There is a Spine Crawler here. You might not think it means a lot, but hey, it does tank a little bit of damage, so it adds a little bit more defense. Roach is on this high ground. He is maxed out 199 to add a 200 against the 166 supply there. The Fungals that go off, and the Roaches need to close into those Hydras ASAP, but Roach is on the flank, killing a lot of Infestors. He's targeting him down. He only has 2 more Fungals left. Is this going to be enough? Revival pushing on in. Hydras on the top left-hand side are not going to be killed.
And just look at the supply drop.
Yeah, that is insane.
Supplies before the fight, but you see how effective Hydralisks are.
That's right. I mean, Hydras, they just represent so much power.
It's just burst damage against AoE.
Yes.
And usually the burst damage is better unless you have enough AoE to kill units. I take that extra burst damage anytime.
GG Revival take the first game in this best of 3 series. That means he's only 1 game away. Guys, I'm very